Okay, let me start the class. Good morning, everyone. So, in this class, we are going to discuss about the concurrency algorithms. So, we'll study about the concurrency control protocols. We'll be studying. So, here, what are the types of protocols are there? We are just going to see the basics of it today. Okay, so I'm just announced that you already know we are on the last part of the fifth module. After that, your syllabus will be over, right? So I hope you are going through the PPTs and all the modules you are start studying. We'll discuss about your exam, not now, maybe after we finish the class today, and then I'll talk about your exam which you gave on like I think on the Wednesday or something. Yeah, then we'll discuss on that. So today let's discuss first on the concurrency protocols, just a few minutes, okay, and then we'll have a discussion on that. Okay, just let me share the slide. So I hope my screen is visible to you people. Yes, please reply via chat. Can you view my screen? Yes, students, can you view my screen? Okay. So today we are going to study about the concurrency control protocols. So we are already aware of concurrency now. Right, what do you mean by concurrency? So we have studied about the transactions. In transactions, we can see set of operations which are taking place at the same time. Right, this is a real world application. Suppose we are reading a transaction. Suppose we want to buy a flight ticket. So it is possible that I may be I may be checking how many seats are available, and someone may be booking the seats. So that is available. That kind of operation is available. So both operations can be done simultaneously. We cannot stop anyone from like viewing it. Since I am like booking it, no one can check the status of it. It's nothing, right? But if there is a concurrency will be there, so there will be some issues arising. We have studied about the lost update, then a lot of things we have studied, right? Read write problems we have studied. So what are the problems we have already checked in the last class? So today we can just see that how can we control those problems. So we'll study about this concurrency protocol. So for solving the concurrency problem, we have certain protocols. So now just start. Let's begin then. So you can see different concurrency control protocols offer different benefits. So you can see I have mentioned here four types of concurrency protocols are there. So you can see first is the log based protocols which we'll be discussing today. Then we have the two-phase protocol, time based protocols, and the validation based protocols. So we'll discuss all these protocols one by one, but today we are going to discuss about the log based protocol. So you can see this is the log based protocol is there. First, what is a log? Okay, so we have to understand what is a lock. So in our home also, so when we are going out, we lock our home. Or like if you are using anything, if you are using a mobile phone also, so that others cannot use it. Only you are the sole users of your mobile phone or laptop. Nowadays, what we do, we password protect it. That means what? We are locking our system, right? We are locking our phone so that apart from us, no one can use it until and unless anyone other one have the key. Okay, so you cannot open it. So that is known as something lock. So here in computer science also, that the concept remains the same. In database also the concept remains the same, that once you lock a transaction, the other transaction cannot like they cannot go for performing other operations. Suppose when you are booking the flight ticket, when you are making changes in the database, that is you are booking it, right? That means you are updating the ticket. So no one should be able to write at the same time. Okay, so once you apply a lock, no one should be do that. So other operations are not allowed. So you can see a lock is nothing but a data variable which is associated with a data item. So we will check these things one by one. How do we write the logs? Because we'll use, suppose we have in when we were studying about the schedule, we have seen how do we write the data item, right? We have seen with X, or like we have seen the A, right? So when we apply a lock on that, so that data item gets locked and no one can make the changes on the same data item, right? So that is the purpose of a lock, so that other transactions or cannot make change on the particular data item. So you can see this lock signifies the operations that can be performed on the data item. Now this when we have this database systems, okay, basically we will mean logs are basically of two types. Okay, so we'll use that logs whichever is applicable. So first is known as the binary log. Okay, so what do you mean by binary log? So just let me explain you. So binary, when binary word comes to our mind, we know that binary means 0 or 1. But in this situation, when it comes to locks, so we mean it will be either locked or it will be unlocked. Either it will be 0 or 1. So same thing is of binary locks. Okay, it will be locked. So it lock can on a data item, it can be on two states. So it can be either locked or unlocked. And we have another mode of locks, okay, another lock types, that is known as the shared or exclusive locks. Okay, so these are the different. So one lock, it can be shared and other is the exclusive lock. So we will see this thing one by one. So let's take this first. So what is written there? So this type of locking mechanism differentiates the locks based on their uses. Okay, so shared and exclusive locks totally depends upon the users. See, we can have a shared lock. So all the transactions, if they are sharing the lock, what can they can do? Shared lock means read only transaction. So it's not a problem if I am reading a database. Suppose I want to check how many seats are available in a flight ticket. Okay, many like thousands of people or millions of people around the globe can check the same thing at the same time. It's not that since I am reading it that no one else can read it, right? Anyone can read the data at the same time, right? From anywhere the like anywhere in the world. Like I'm checking a flight from like Guwahati to Delhi. Okay, so I'm checking like how many seats are available currently on like maybe on tomorrow's date. Tomorrow is 22nd. Okay, so tomorrow's date, how many seats are available? So if we want to check, so yeah, for reading purpose, so it's only not necessary that only around the globe I will be only checking that details. It may be possible that somewhere sitting at a any place they can check the status, right? Even you people can check the status, like how many seats are available. Even I can do that, and even millions of people can do that. So everyone is reading the data at the same time. But if we are trying to make a change, then it's different case. Okay, but reading can be allowed to have shared access, right? So we can go for reading, so anyone can have a get a exclusive, sorry, can get a shared lock for reading purpose. Therefore, reading the transaction, there is no problem. Okay, so you can check if a lock is acquired on a data item to perform a write operation, it is an exclusive lock. So when we have the write operations will be performed on it. Okay, when we have to go for any update, then only we will go for the exclusive lock. Otherwise, if for any reading, we'll go for the shared lock. So you can see allowing more than one transaction to write on the same data would lead the database into an inconsistent state. So when we were studying about the concurrency problems, we have already seen the problem, right? What like if like suppose transaction T1 has made some changes and without committing, if T2 also made that changes and later T2 commits it, that the like write updates gets, or the update made by the T1 gets lost, right? So that is the thing of exclusive lock. So if one, so you can check here. So read logs are shared, but for reading purpose, this can be logs can be shared. Okay, now let's check. I know it may not be clear now, but now when we explain these things in detail, it will be more clear. Now you see shared log. Okay, so shared log, when we represent in the schedule, we represent it using the alphabet S. Okay, since it is shared. So shared lock basically means read only lock. Okay, so when we when we give the read only lock, any transaction can read it. So you can see with the shared lock, the data item can be shared between transactions. So when we apply the shared lock, their transactions are able to read. So it can be shared. So this is because we will never have permission to update the data on the data item. But when you have the shared lock, you are not allowed to update or write in the operation. Okay, so you now know that in the in a transaction we can perform two types of operations, that is reading and only writing, right? So when we apply the shared lock, we are able to read the data, but we are not able to make any changes to it. We don't have the permission to make any changes. So this is known as shared lock. Okay, and we represent it using the letter alphabet S, right? Next, you can see here an example is given. Suppose where we have two transactions. Okay, we suppose you can imagine a schedule is there where T1 and T2 are there. Okay, so you can see, consider a case where two transactions are reading the account balance of a person. So the database will let them read by placing a shared lock. Okay, so if because reading is possible, right? For anyone can go for reading of the transaction. So that is why uh, you can have a shared lock. Okay, however, if another transaction wants to update that account balance, shared lock will prevent it, because shared lock only allows you to gives you permission to read the database, not to update the database. Am I clear about shared lock? Please reply, are you clear or not?
Ma'am, can you explain once again?
Which part, Avinash?
And the read only rock.
Okay, shared lock. Okay, see, I hope this is a continuation of the concurrency. Okay, the transactions we have studied, the schedules. Okay, so if you have the diagram, so we have various transactions, right? T1, T2. So we have seen that reading can be done. Reading can be done simultaneously. Like if we only use reading part, okay, if we give the permission to read the transaction, there won't be any problem in the concurrency, right? Inconsistency will not be there. For allowing the other transaction to read at the same time, we have to go for the shared lock, which is also known as the read only lock. That is, we can only read the transaction, but we cannot make changes. Okay, so just now I gave you an example of the flight ticket. So if you want to go for a book a flight ticket from the IRTC website, it may be possible that you and I may be checking the seats available for tomorrow's flight, okay, at the same time. So they are giving us a shared lock. But if I but two persons cannot make changes at the same time. Okay, so it's not possible, since we are making changes. Suppose even only one seat is available. Okay, it's only one seat is available. If we go for making the update, so this is not possible for shared log. Then only one person will get the thing, right? So here reading is allowed. You are not able to make any changes. You are not able to update any value. Okay, so we'll be discussing the protocols, like two-phase protocols, will be more clear. We'll be solving problems, and it will be more clear on that. Even I think I'll solve problems on this shared lock and exclusive lock. So I'll show you examples on that. Okay, so that is, we are only able to read the database since it is a read only lock. So if you, because reading can be shared, so if we apply that lock, then we are allowed to read the transaction at the same time, but we are not able to make any update. So if we want to make any update, then we have to use the exclusive lock, not the shared lock. Okay, because shared lock does not allow you to update the value. You can only see the details of it. Avinash, is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next, coming to the exclusive lock. So exclusive lock you represent using the word. So when you find this X, okay, so when you find X before a data item in a schedule, you have to understand that it is a exclusive lock. And when we see it is S, when it is, we will just find S before the any data item, we have to understand this is a this one shared lock. Okay, so that is how you understand. So you can see with the exclusive lock, a data item can be read as well as written. So it gives you an permission, so you can all read also and make changes to the at the same time. But here you can see this is an exclusive and can't held concurrent on the same data item. So it is not possible, so it may not allow you all the transaction to do the changes at the same time. Okay, so at that time only one transaction will be given a there may only one transaction we need to perform an operation will allow us to do that operation, and the other may have to stop. So they may have only the share option, but I have to ask for the exclusive lock permission, so to have, because I want to make changes. Okay, so you have to first request for the lock X instruction. Okay, and once it is granted, then only you can make the update. Okay, first you have to, because initially we have the shared lock, and then you want to make changes, so you have to request for the exclusive lock that like we want to make changes. So we have will if like we'll use this lock X. Okay, we'll write the instruction lock X, and so that means we are requesting it, and then we will perform the update operation. So whatever changes we want to perform, we'll perform, and once done we will release that lock. So you can see when a transaction needs to update the account balance of a person, you can allow this transaction by placing X lock on it. Therefore, when the second transaction wants to read and write, exclusive prevent this operation. So what happens is that, suppose when we are making the changes, suppose we are going to buy a ticket. Okay, we are available for tomorrow, seat is available, and we want to like book a seat for it. Okay, so what we will do, we will book a seat. Okay, we are at that time we are booking, it is not allowing the other person to make the changes, so we'll be allotting. That is why we are given different seats, right? When we book a ticket also in the flight, we are allotted, it may be the same time, but when we are given the exclusive lock, so others cannot perform any other operation. They can only check the like read the transaction, but they cannot update it at the same time. It is not possible. So that for that purpose we are getting different seats, right? We are not getting the same seat number. Even in train reservation also, or even bus reservation also, same thing is like same concept is being used. So this is more about exclusive lock. So you can always remember, if you want to read data, only you want to just check the information, so you have to go for this shared lock. And when we want to read also and want to like make the changes also, then will we go for the exclusive lock. Now coming to the simplistic lock protocol. So you can see the simplistic lock protocol. So what you do, this type of basically type of the locking protocol only. So you lock based protocol only. So what you do in the lock based protocol, you ask for all the locks at the beginning of every operation. Okay, you can see this type of lock based protocol allows transaction to obtain lock on every object before beginning operation. So before you perform any operation, you ask for all the locks. Then whenever you are done with your operation, okay, you have done with the changes, that you can just unlock it. At this is the simplest one. If you want to perform any operation, you ask for the exclusive lock and then release it once it is done, after you have made the changes. So that is known as the simplistic lock protocol. So it's the easy one. Next is pre-claiming locking. So this is again one more like lock based protocol we have. So you can see this pre-claiming lock protocol helps to evaluate operations and create a list of required data items which are needed. So you have to think how many like shared locks are needed, or they will evaluate your operations and you have to decide how many things are needed. Okay, so and in the situation when all locks are granted, then the transaction executes. So when we are granted with all the locks, then what happens, you can perform your transaction. Okay, so after that, when your work is over, the locks are released. Okay, so they will first, in pre-claiming, what happens, the protocol will first evaluate what are the operations you are going to perform, and then it will create a list that how many locks you need. Okay, so for the data items, and once you get an idea, you will be assigned with the locks, and once that is done, once your operations are done, you will release the lock. So that is known as the pre-claiming locking. Okay. Next, this is known as starvation. I hope you remember, this is not a like protocol or something. Starvation is something, it's a state which you have studied already in operating system. Okay, so when we have when you people have studied, right, operating system, the CPU waits for like resources. Okay, so operating system needs waits for resources to start the process, right? So when it may lead to, when it does not get the resources it needs to complete the execution, then it goes into starvation. Like it needs the resource but it is waiting for it, so that situation it's known as starvation. So here we want that locks. Okay, we here you have seen the protocols, right? So where we here you can see that when we like want the locks, like at the beginning or like at the when we evaluate and we are waiting for the locks, but the locks are not readily available, maybe it is available for other transaction. So then when we are waiting for an indefinite period, so we don't know when that process will be over, then we will go, so that is known as starvation. Okay, so I hope you remember the operating system concept, right? So what are the reasons for starvations? So you can see that when waiting scheme for locked items is not properly managed. So we when it is not properly managed, so how many things are required, how many locks will be properly, it is not managed properly, and just we assign like you like the this one in simplistic lock protocol, we assign at the beginning only how many it may be required or it may not be required, still we assign the locks, right? In that case it may lead other process to or other transaction to suffer, right? So the waiting time increases, so this is that is one of the reason for starvation. So in case of resource leak also, okay, so if the resources are less or resources are like leaks means what you can say, get lots or something, with other some one process is requiring but other process is using it, so same transaction is selected as a victim repeatedly. So if like the same transaction performs the operation each time, all the logs, then also then it goes for starvation. Okay, so this is a concept which we are using directly from the operating system also. I hope you remember because you have studied that thing, starvation process in last semester only. So I hope you remember. And the last is the deadlock. So you can deadlock is nothing but when you are waiting for an unlimited, like when I need some lock but it is not with me and some other process is having it, but it also waiting for some other process to acquire the lock, so that is known as deadlock. So that is unlimited wait is there. So you can see deadlock refers to a specific situation when two or more processes are waiting for each other to release a resource, or more than two processes are waiting for the resource in a circular chain. So let us take an example of deadlock. Suppose we are stuck in a traffic jam, okay, on a one-way road. Okay, or no, on a two-way road, we are stuck in a traffic jam. But suppose two cars are there. You are sitting in one car, I am sitting in another car in the opposite direction. But we don't have any way to move backward or move front. Okay, so that is known as a deadlock. So that is the situation we already studied. So here also it is possible that I need some exclusive lock, or I need exclusive locks, I want to make changes in the database, so I need exclusive lock, but I'm unable to do it because the other process is holding that lock, and that process also needs some lock. Okay, one more lock on there, but he also needs some resources that I am holding. So that for that purpose it is required that all the like processes first release the resources and start using it. Okay, so this is all about the concurrency protocols. This is today only we have studied about the log-based protocol, and we have understood about the shared and the exclusive lock. In the next class, we will be also seeing about the two-phase locking protocol, or the strict 2PL also, 2PL. So we'll be discussing now. Just tell me if you have any confusion.
No, ma'am.
Yes, nothing, no confusion. Understood everything. Yes, anyone who have not understood? No confusion? Okay, if you don't have any confusion, I like to say one thing regarding this exam which we had. So I'm very disappointed this time because I got to know you also will be aware that no one prepared. Yeah, no one was prepared. Only hardly one or two were prepared, and they solved the answer, got the right answers, and they shared it in the group. Okay, so in the like, and you people are being fooled. You are attending the classes, and the people who are not attending the classes are getting the highest mark. Not even a single day class have the people have attended the exam and got the highest mark due to your foolishness. See, you are not helping anyone, right? Only first module I have given for 30 marks, and that too you people wasted it. It was a total waste. The exam see, this friendship won't matter getting 25, 26 in this exam because I know your concepts are zero. Right, I know who are the one who have little bit of knowledge and who are the one don't have any knowledge. You can just easily, if I ask you any questions right now here, I know everyone who will be answering the question and who will be failing, I know. Then how can you get 25, 27? How can Khirut get 27? Did he attend any class? How can Navajit Baglari get 27 or 28? Did he attend any class? Is it possible for you people? Without attending any class, you are getting so much marks? This exam totally stands null and void. Do you know that? It's not going to help you guys. This time, just because you have to be understand because the situation was different, we had to give you in Google form, but that doesn't mean that you will be sharing the answer. I shared the answers, correct answer with you people just to help you guys so that you are able to know what is the correct answer for that one. But you people will use unfair means, and that to helping your friends. Prashant solved the answer and you got all the answers, right? That's the thing. I'll be very blunt with you people right now. No one has the guts to tell me that, ma'am, yes, we have cheated. You people truly deserve in negative marks. You negative marks, not even zero, you know. I'm truly disappointed with you people. I thought that you will at least be fair with yourself. I completed my entire syllabus, right? I could have given you 5 modules, or at least 4 modules, but I didn't. If you think that's going to help you, this mark's going to help you, sorry, that's not going to help you. Won't be like, you will be able to pass, but you won't be able to get any job. You will be sitting at home. That's the thing you have. Now keep on cheating. Try to develop your concepts, not focus on cheating. And this is just a core paper you have. You have been I have given nothing from outside the syllabus. And only first module I have given, and that too you have to go for copying from asking help from your friends, right? Anyways, all the best. Since you people have scored above, most of you have scored not most, everyone has scored above 20 only, and most of you have got 25, 25, 25. I know the people who have got 25, 25, 25, and how you people got. Hardly 2, 3 people studied, others just leave it. And congratulations. If you think that you are able to deceive me, sorry to say you haven't. And all the best. You think you got so much marks in this exam. This is really going to help you, give you so much marks. But let me tell you, this marks won't help you. These marks won't help you. That is why these companies are not taking you people. So all the best for your future now. We can end the class.